Training is one part of the equation. Nutrition is the other one. Without the right nutrition, you won't see any improvement. Problem is, there is many conflicting evidence when it comes to food. So, what better way than to ask the expert? Welcome! So, you're a food expert. Where did you acquire so much knowledge?
I acquire my knowledge from ROC. I have a researching team there. And when I was younger, I was also at ROC and I started the research team. And so many years later, we have a lot of students that picked up my idea and give me some ins and outs from what's happening in the world right now. But also I have a brother that's an Olympic rower and a food expert. So he shares his knowledge with me, and when we cook, we share about what's good, what's not good. And I have some kind of a professional career in football. At first I started at UGIS, and then I promoted. I was bought by a team called FC Brian, and I played very well there.
What's your view on carbohydrates, proteins and fats?
Proteins don't need to be only in meat, because a lot of people think you need to eat meat to get proteins, but proteins are in a lot of different stuff like nuts and sometimes in plants too. My brother is a vegetarian all his life. He was an Olympic rower, so that you need meat to get proteins is how you say bullshit, if I can say that. Carbohydrates. We are Dutch people. We are all like the tallest people in the world, and we eat a lot of bread. So that I can say that carbohydrates are not good for you. My research team at ROC had a long discussion about fat, because fat has a bad name. But fat can also require a protection shield from the cold in the winter, and in this time of age without gas, fat is really good for you at the moment.
Interesting. Speaking of protein, what's the difference between plant-based versus animal-based sources of protein?
Animal-based is different from plant-based because animals you have like a lot more proteins in a smaller piece of animal meat than like a plant. You can eat like a steak of meat or like a tree.
Could you tell us about recent developments concerning food supplements?
What I hear from my ROC researching team is that the most young people don't want to use supplements anymore, because they want to eat healthy stuff and get a good body on a natural way that you can always keep through your whole life. And the supplement business, sees the profit go down. And my ROC team will still continue to follow the industry, but for now, this is it.
Okay. Any do's and don'ts when it comes to sports nutrition for athletes?
Yeah, the best thing is to eat like a handful of nuts every day. Try to eat plant-based proteins instead of meat, because then that the CO2 level will go down and the air get better to do your sports in the outside. When you want to build up really fast, like muscle or fat, it's good to drink chocolate milk, because chocolate milk makes you fat and big really fast, and then you can put your fat into muscle. The most important thing for don'ts is that you don't eat pepernoten too much, and don't buy apple pies, and try to keep your cabinets as empty as possible for sugar-based.
What's your view on the so-called anabolic window? In other words, what's the optimal timing for food intake after exercise?
I had my research team at ROC did all the work, and some of them were not consistent with each other, but we have like a estimated window. You have to eat between 1 in the night and 4 in the morning, and then again at 1 in the afternoon and 4 in the afternoon. Between those windows is best to eat. And when the window is for eating, then you don't drink. And when the window is closed for eating, you drink. That's what my research.
Interesting. Any last food tips for the ambitious athlete?
Yes. The best thing is to always keep your fridge full of ice cream. And then not ice cream like gelato, my ice cream like the power missiles, the raketjes. Because then you hydrate at the right times when you're done and warm with your workout. Over and out.
So, there you have it. Having a healthy diet is crucial for athletic performance, and you better follow the advice of this fantastic food expert. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you next week again for a brand new episode. Until then, I'm out, and I think it's time for you to follow the expert.